Take and divide this amongst you. For I tell you, I will not drink again of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes.
And he took bread, gave thanks, and broke it, saying,
This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me.
In the same way, after the supper, he took the cup, saying,
This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you. But the hand of him who is going to betray me is with mine at this table. The Son of Man will go as it has been decreed, but woe to the man who betrays me.
The disciples began to question among themselves which of them it might be who would do this.
My name is Simon Peter. One day my partners and I were cleaning our nets after a long, hard night of fishing. We were tired and discouraged and had nothing to show for our efforts. Jesus was preaching as usual to the many people who followed him from here to there, listening to his every word. He asked if he could sit in my boat, so I rowed him out a little so his voice would carry. When he was done teaching, he asked me to row out a little farther and throw my nets in the water again. I told him it was pointless. We had fished all night and caught nothing, but I did as he asked. And then, astonishingly, so many fish, the nets broke as we tried to pull them in. So many fish, we filled both of our boats until they began to sink under the weight of them. I fell down on my knees before the Lord, feeling sinful and faithless in his holy presence. Then he told me that I would no longer catch fish, but men. I did not fully understand what he meant, but I left my boats, my fish, my livelihood. I left everything to follow Jesus, and I have never looked back. Tonight, he tells us that one of his faithful disciples will betray him. I vainly promised to follow him, even to death, but he looked right into my eyes and said that before the rooster crows, I, Simon Peter, will deny him 3 times. Deny him? Am I not the rock he himself called me to be? Why, I fight with him and die with him. Could I lose my Lord, my friend, because I am not strong enough to be faithful? Lord, is it I?
I've been known as Peter's little brother Andrew since the day I was born. Years ago, I left the fishing business to follow that fiery preacher, John the Baptizer. He was anointed by God to prepare the way for the long-awaited Messiah. And now I follow him. I love to bring people to Jesus. I brought my brother to Jesus and have watched him grow and become a strong leader among us. I brought that little boy with the 5 loaves and the 2 fish to Jesus. I have even brought Gentiles to meet the Master because he is open and loving to anyone who is searching for the truth. But Jesus has enemies in high places, enemies who would love to silence him or even see him die. And he speaks of a betrayer in our midst. Oh, please do not let it be I who bring sorrow to my Lord. Lord, is it I?
I am James, the lesser, known as such to describe my stature and to differentiate me from the many other men named James. Since joining Jesus' group of followers, I have seen the most miraculous things. Jesus has the power to calm the sea. Even the wind and rain obey his voice. Jesus has power over demons. He has cast out evil spirits and given us the power to do the same in his name. He has the power of healing. He has taken away diseases that many people have suffered with for years, even from death, from birth. Beyond this, he has the power to forgive sin. And now, one of these men at the dinner table, one who eats and drinks with him, will betray him. How can anyone doubt that he is the Lord, our Messiah, after walking and talking with him, after seeing prophecies fulfilled, miracle after miracle, proof after proof? He has called each of us to follow. Who could turn away? Is it I?
My name is James. John is my younger brother. We used to work with Peter and Andrew in the fishing boats. When Jesus called us to follow him, it was the same day that he chose Peter. And we did follow him. We thought he would declare his kingdom on earth, and we would be his right-hand men. Jesus called John and me the sons of thunder. Actually, we were the sons of Zebedee, a rich and powerful merchant in the community. He's also a personal friend of many of the rich religious leaders in the town. I had hoped this would assure me of a position of power in the new kingdom. In fact, my mother suggested that I sit on his right hand when he made the announcement, and John on his left. After all, it was us who were invited to the mountain. We saw him transfigured. We saw his face shine like the sun. We heard the voice of God roll down from the mountains. He chose me. He chose each one of you. How could one of us betray him? We have seen his perfect attendance to the law. We have seen miracles and healings and works that no mere man could do. Could it be my brother John? Could it be me?